Hello and welcome to another episode of Cards Unbarred. My name's Ryan, and in this video I'm going to teach you the 3 to 4 player trick-taking game, The Academy, designed by Manny Dominguez. The components in The Academy consists of 36 playing cards, numbered 1 to 9 in 4 suits, blue, green, purple, and orange. The game also comes with 4 character cards, the captain, the mastermind, the team player, and the rebel, as well as 1 exam display board and 12 award tokens. One thing you will notice throughout this video is all of the cards do have German text on them. However, all cards are summarized really well in the back of the English rulebook. So whenever you have that card in your hand and you're determining the ability you want to use, you can just refer to the back of the rulebook. When playing a 3-player game, be sure to remove all 9 cards of the orange suit, as well as the Rebel character card. In this video, we'll be setting up for a 4-player game, so we will be using all components. In the Academy, players will be taking on different roles in order to complete their round objective. The captain and team player are working together to take more tricks than the mastermind player, whereas the mastermind is trying to take an equal number or more than the captain and team player, and the rebel doesn't play nice with others, so they have their own objective. Before trick play begins, the mastermind and team player will be able to select the trump and rule that can change up the way the game is played for the round. And after all 8 tricks, players will look to see if they completed their goal. If they did, they will earn 1 award token. If a player has 3 award tokens and has won the purple 7 in one of their tricks, they win the game. To set up for a game of the Academy, first determine the start player, which is based on the player who last took an exam, or randomly. Give that player the captain character card. Next, in clockwise order, give each player the character card that is 1 number higher than the previous player. Reminder, in a 3-player game, the rebel is not used, so there would only be the captain, mastermind, and team player in play. If set up properly, the captain and team player should be diagonally placed from each other. Next, place the exam display board in the middle of the table, and put all 12 award tokens nearby. To prepare the playing card deck, first take out the purple 7 card, which is known as the ace up your sleeve card, and place it to the side. Then take the rest of the playing card deck and shuffle it together, and deal 4 cards to the mastermind player. These 4 cards are known as the exam cards, and will be used shortly before trick play begins. However, from the rest of the playing cards, take the purple 7 back, put it in the deck, and shuffle the deck again, and deal out these cards evenly to all players. Players may look at these 8 cards they were dealt, but make sure to keep them hidden from all other players. And now you are ready to start the game round. And now that the main round setup has been completed, there's one final step that must be completed by the mastermind and the team player before trick play can begin. And that is determining the trump color and round rule. Starting with the mastermind player, they will look at those 4 exam cards that were dealt to them at the beginning, and either choose the trump color or round rule for the round. So looking at the 4 cards here, we have a green 8, orange 6, blue 6, and blue 2. So the mastermind player would look at their hand, determine which card would be best for them, either if they wanted a color or specific ability, and place it on the exam display board here. So if we take a look at their hand, they've got a lot of green and orange, not really a lot of blue, so they probably don't want those to be trump. Now, one thing that's important is while you're examining all of these cards, be sure to keep them separate from your trick hand and the exam card pile. You can never intermingle these cards or swap any of these. These are going to just be used for the exam area, and this is your 8-card hand. It's of course a little bit harder for me since I'm recording it, but just be mindful of that when you're doing so. Now, if the mastermind player doesn't care about trump, maybe they'll pick one of the round rules. And I'm not going to go over every single one right now. As I mentioned in the back of the rulebook, they're explained in detail, but the mastermind player can look at these and have the rules next to them and read off which ones they do. Thankfully, all of the numbers of the different colors are the same rule. So these 2 6s have exactly the same rule. So you don't have to worry about too many. It's only the 7s that actually have different rules. Either way, let's just say the mastermind player decides to make this 6 the rule card. They will then slide the card underneath the exam display so that they're covering the color, showing that this is the round rule for this round. The 3 cards that are left over, they will then hand to the team player person, and that player will then choose whatever the mastermind player did not. So they chose the round rule, so the team player is now going to pick one of these 3 to be trump for the round. And of course, they're looking at their hand and deciding which one might be better. They've got some high orange, so maybe they want to go with the orange card. They will then tuck this underneath, hiding the round rule, showing that orange is the trump suit for this round. The 2 cards that were unselected will just be placed off to the side, face down so no other players see them, but make sure you keep them nearby because you'll shuffle them back in for the next round. It's really important that you keep that purple 7 card separate from these 4 exam cards, because the purple 7 can never be one of the cards here or the 2 cards that are undealt in the round. It'll make sense once I get to the gameplay shortly, but during setup, make sure you keep that 7 separate. Now that the trump color and round rule has been selected, we are ready to begin trick play. Whoever is the captain will always lead the first trick of the round, and the Academy is a must-follow trick-taking game, which means the lead player can play any card from their hand, but every other player in clockwise order must play a color of the lead suit if possible. So we'll have the captain look at their hand and choose one of these cards to play, remembering what the trump suit is and what the round rule is for the round, which I'll briefly display what the round rule would be for right now for this round, which, as you can see in this situation, would be the mastermind player could swap their role with one of the players at the table before the first trick. So that is something that would need to take place now before the captain played their first card. This is optional, so maybe the mastermind player doesn't want to make that change, but if they did, they would do it now. So maybe they swap with the team player, and now this player is the mastermind and they're the team player. Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to have the mastermind player not take that ability and choose not to swap their roles. So with that in mind, the captain player is going to lead the first trick, and they will look at their hand and play any one card. They will decide to play this blue 9, and we come to the mastermind player. They must follow suit, so looking at their blue cards, they only have this one blue, so they must play that card. Coming to the team player, looking at their hand, they also only have one blue, so they must play that. And finally, the rebel player has a 5 and 7 blue, so they will decide to play that 5. After everyone's played a card into the trick, we look to see who played the highest of lead suit. In this case, it was the captain with the blue 9. So they will collect all of the cards and put them face down in a stack nearby to show they have won a single trick. Now, if any player had played the trump suit, which is orange for the round, that card would actually be stronger than the lead suit if it isn't trump. In that case, everyone played blue, so it's just the lead suit that wins. The winner of the trick leads the next trick, so maybe the captain wants to play this blue 8. Since they had won with that blue 9 before, maybe it's going to go around again. Coming to the mastermind player, they don't have blue anymore, so now they can play any card they want. Knowing that orange is trump, they're going to decide to play this orange 8. Coming over to the team player, looking at their hand, they also don't have blue anymore, and they have the orange 9, so they're going to play that. And finally, the rebel player has a blue, so they must play it. So the trump suit has been played into the trick. The highest of the trump will win the trick, so the team player is going to collect the cards, put them in a stack face down, showing that they've won a trick. Play will continue like this, going in clockwise order until all 8 cards have been played. At that point, you're going to check whatever your character is and look to see, did you complete your goal? The captain and team player are both trying to win more tricks than the mastermind player combined. So at the end of the 8 tricks, you'll add up the number of tricks the captain player won and the team player has won, and see if that is more than the number of tricks that just the mastermind has won. If they did, they will gain one of these tokens each. So let's say in this situation, the captain won 3, team player won 3, and Mastermind and Rebel only won 1 each. So they're both going to get a token for this round. The Mastermind player is trying to win an equal number of tricks or more than the captain and team player combined. So let's say the Mastermind player won 4 tricks, the captain and the team player each won 2, which added together would equal 4. The Mastermind player would earn the token for the round, and the captain and team player wouldn't earn anything. The Rebel player doesn't actually care about the other 3 players and the number of tricks that's won. All they're trying to do is win 3 different suit colors during trick play. Whether it's within 1 trick, 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter, as long as at the end of the round when they flip over all of their cards that they won in tricks, if they have 3 different suits, they will gain a token. After handing out all tokens to players, you need to check to see does any player have 3 tokens. If they do, you need to additionally check to see did they win the purple 7 in any one of their tricks. So you'd go through the tricks, look to see where the purple 7 is. Not actually sure. See if we can find it. Here we go, purple 7. Let's say this player over here just won their 3rd token this round, and in their tricks they have the purple 7. They would win the game. So just recapping that, to win the game itself, you need to have 3 tokens earned throughout the game, and one of the tricks that you win has the purple 7 in it. You don't have to win with the purple 7, you could, but you just need to have collected the purple 7 in one of the tricks throughout that round. If you have 3 tokens, but you do not have that purple 7 in any of your tricks, you do not win the game. You can never collect more than 3 tokens, so once you have 3, if you completed your round objective, you do not gain another token. You just keep your 3, and you keep trying to play until you win that purple 7 in a trick. So that can be really fun about this game, is even though the captain and the team player are working together to try and have more tricks in the mastermind, the captain player may not want the team player to win that purple 7 in a trick if they're not going to win it instead. So you are working together, but alliances can still shift based on where this card is and what players have at certain times. After handing out the award tokens, if the game is not over, you need to set up for the next round. To do so, take all cards from the exam display and all cards that were won in tricks, and place them off to the side. Next, rotate all characters clockwise, so each player has the role that was to the player to the right of them from the previous round. Then take the purple 7 off to the side, shuffle the deck, deal out 4 cards to the mastermind player, put the purple 7 back into the deck, shuffle and re-deal out 8 cards to each player. And play will continue until one player gets their 3 tokens and the purple 7 in tricks. Otherwise, that's everything you need to know to play the Academy. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching.